Hello and welcome back. I found this video on X. I just had to share, but before I do that, I just want to say thank you to
Yes,
everyone who
thank you.
has been watching our videos, commenting, um, and we really appreciate the support. And if you haven't already, and you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Help us grow our channel. The support has been amazing, and we really, really appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
So let's watch this one. I think you'll like it.
I, Kamala Harris, and your Democrat candidate for president, because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility at the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire. I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist. I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden. Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time, and there is such great significance to the passage of time. Another trick is trying to sound black. I pretend to celebrate Kwanzaa, and in my speeches, I always do my best Barack Obama impression. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. And okay, look, maybe my work addressing the root causes of the border crisis were catastrophic, but my knowledge of international politics is truly shocking. The United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. It is an alliance that is strong and enduring. And just remember, when voting this November, it is important to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And by what has been, I mean Joe Biden. You think the country went to over the past 4 years? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh my.
Well, first I want to say that yes, some of this was AI generated, but they did take actual clips from what she has really said.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff she really said. So
Unburdened by what has been.
this,
I mean, how many
this
times
is
we heard
this
that?
is pretty good. We seen it and
And the passage of
we
time.
loved it. I mean, I was like, I've got to do a video on this. This is too good not to talk about.
It was well done, I think. It was
Yeah.
funny. I mean,
Yeah.
I who doesn't enjoy good satire? I thought it was really funny. I don't know, in the midst of all of this, sometimes it's good to laugh.
Yeah.
Even though when you really, really think about it, it's not really funny. It's actually scary, but for just a quick laugh, for sure.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
It was good for a quick laugh. Scary, but it's just a thought.
I don't know. I mean, there's talk out there of that she's not going to be the nominee. We won't know anything until the DNC. I find it wild that they're even allowing this, that for her to claim to be the candidate without having been voted in a primary.
If you're a Democrat and you're not totally pissed off that this is happening to you, you claim you're trying to protect democracy, and this is your candidate, and you never voted on her. She was not voted into this position.
No.
To be the nominee.
Right.
They just put her there. Mm-hmm. They forced Biden out and installed her without being voted on.
The only way that this could work is if Biden, I don't know, stepped down from the presidency right now, and then she became president. Then she could rerun, right?
No, it doesn't matter. You that's why you have primaries.
No. I'm talking about this existing term right now. if something were to happen to Biden, and then she would be sworn in
as a president. She'd be the president right now.
That's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't automatically make her the Democratic nominee for the next term. That's why you have primaries. You still have to primary. Joe primaried and
that's true,
and received 14 million votes. Now the whole primary voting scenario with the Democrats is ridiculous because they have the super delegates. So I mean, it doesn't really matter what the people say as long as the super delegates agree with the people. If the people, this is what happened to Bernie. Bernie got elected or was nominated or had the votes.
He had the popular vote.
He had by the people, but the super delegates voted for Hillary. So a minority of supers canceled out the popular people's vote, and that's how Bernie was casted aside.
Yeah, it really is. It's
so you can't be a Democrat. You cannot be a Democrat and say you care about democracy, because the whole voting, the voting procedure for Democrats is BS. The people don't have a vote. The people, the actual people that they're supposed to represent do not have a voice. It's delegates. The super delegates. Whoever the super delegates, they decide who's going to be the president or run for their team. And they don't go by what the people want. They go by what they want.
Constituents. That's the word I was looking for.
This is a prime example of what's going on. Hey, sorry.
It's okay. I'm just.
This just aggravates me to no end.
Well, I think it's good that people are talking about it. We need to care. We need to care enough not to just go along. And I am surprised. I am surprised that I haven't. Not that I've really done much. I've been busy the past couple weeks. I've had some personal stuff going on. All good. Everything's good. I just haven't been able to really get in there and read and all of that. But it makes you wonder, because so much has happened just in the last week. If there are Democrats, especially I would say more classical liberal Democrats or more classic Democrats, if they have something to say, because I would be interested to hear their side of this. Like, are you okay with this? Are you okay with them appointing Kamala, which maybe they're waiting for the DNC? August 19th, I believe, is whenever the DNC is scheduled. So that's when they'll actually announce who they are supporting as officially.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like we talked about before. This is the most outlandish, just crazy, for lack of a better word, election year that we've had that I can remember. Yeah. And it's just getting crazier. So a lot can happen between now and November. Yeah. Who knows? But But I definitely think it's worth talking about, because they don't need to get away with violating the Constitution just to have a candidate in there. I believe that if Joe Biden was voted in, and that they should have to keep him as the candidate. I mean, or have a primary. I mean, it's one way or the other. You know, it's like if you don't want him in there, then you need to have a primary.
Yeah.
That might be crazy. That might be, like, oh my gosh, scurry around last minute to try to get it done. I don't really know, but there has to be some kind of protocol for this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The problem is they knew about Joe.
And then you wonder if this was all planned.
Yeah, of course it's planned. They knew about his condition.
Of course they did.
You can't tell me that Kamala did not know about Joe's condition. She knew the whole time, and she lied. Just like Joe lied. They all lied to your face to cover up his condition, because they thought he could make it through. But
I think she was chosen only to help get him elected. She wasn't appointed to be this great vice president. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that.
Joe said from the very beginning, before she was ever selected, he said he was going to appoint a black woman as his vice president. Joe said it. You can go back and look.
They'll tell you what they're doing.
He
Just
said
listen.
it. He said from the beginning that he was going to nominate a black woman, and she was the first person to drop out. I believe she was the first person to drop out of the primaries back.
I know she did not. Yeah. She did not do well in the primaries of 2020
she couldn't,
at all. So if she couldn't get the people's vote, the people did not like her back then. She's still the same person.
Yep.
Unqualified. Just that is scary.
Well, it's
like,
what's
sad.
I
still can't believe it. That they're
what's sad is people are going to vote for her just because she has a D behind her name, and she's they're already doing it. You know, they're trying to push. If you don't vote for her, you know, you're sexist and racist because she's a black woman, and it's the straight from the Democrats' playbook. It's all about race, shame, and race,
fear mongering. Let's scare these people to death so they'll vote for us. Let's shame them and tell them that they're just these awful, awful people if they don't. That is just I don't know. I just think it's so wrong. I hope people just think for themselves, or just vote independent. Vote, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't want to tell anybody how to vote. You should vote how you want to, but I definitely don't think that you should feel shamed into voting.
And you should not be voting
for a certain candidate.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be voting just because they have an R or a D behind the name. You know, because the elections are too important.
And do your due diligence.
They're too important just to go in there and just be marking.
And make sure
names.
what you are reading is factual, too.
Have conviction with your votes, and if you don't, then it's better not to vote. Don't vote just because, like I said, don't vote just because they have an R or a D. You know, research, look at their policies. You know, we know how both.
That's very true. We've had an administration with both of these candidates.
So
if she ends up being the Democratic candidate,
we know how Trump was. We know how things were with Trump. We know how things were with Biden. Just keep in mind, Kamala is farther left than Biden. She was one of the top liberals on liberal sided senators when she.
Well, there are a lot of people that align with her views, unfortunately.
But she is, like I said, she's farther left than even Joe. So if you want to keep pushing the country farther left than where we are now, Kamala's your person. If you want to come back to a little bit of normalcy, then Trump's your vote. And that's just it.
Everyone's entitled to, feel the way they feel and think what they think.
Yeah.
But I just say, educate yourself, read, make sure that what you're reading is, vetted and a good, reliable source, and then make up your own mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because it's personal.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
thank you.
Yeah.
Kind of went a little
rant over.
Sorry about that.
But anyway, we're going to call this one. Like we said, we sure appreciate all the support.
Yes.
Thanks for all the comments. Keep them coming.
Let us know what you thought about the video if you'd seen it before. Yeah. I think Elon Musk is the one that posted this on X.
Yeah, and I don't know who made it. He kind of reposted it and all, but it was a good find. I enjoyed it. I'm going to save this one.
So funny.
But anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And we sure appreciate all the support.
Yes, thank you.
And we'll talk to y'all on the next one.